everybody, and welcome back to Blast the Process. We're raising Sega awareness on our Sonic block. Of course, what is the Sega Marathon without our Sonic block? And today we have Argick. Hey, Argick.
Hello.
He'll be doing all Emeralds, Sonic and Tails, Sonic Mania for us. So at any point you're ready, I can count you down.
I'm ready to give him the countdown. We're good to go.
All right, awesome. 3, 2, 1, go.
Woohoo!
Good luck.
Thank you. All right, so Sonic Mania. The main new thing for this game is, one, that it is absolutely fantastic, and two, you'll see Sonic has a new ability known as the drop dash that I immediately went backward with. So that's a great start, isn't it? But you're going to see the drop dash being used throughout this run. It's effectively a spin dash in midair, and we're going to use it to try and keep as much momentum as we can throughout the run here. We brought our buddy Tails with us. We say buddy loosely, although we are going to need him here now because I just decided to fall down. Tails, oh buddy, oh pal, oh chum. How nice of you to join me. So normally you're not meant to fall down here. You're meant to drop dash through, but unfortunately I've made a little mistake here. This is going to cost me about 15 seconds, but I wouldn't blink if I were you because you're about to miss us getting these emeralds. Emeralds in this game, they look a little reminiscent to Sonic CD with the whole 3D scenario going on there. You're meant to grab blue spheres to get yourself up to Mach 3 and get some rings to stay within the stage, but we channel our inner Quake in Unreal Tournament here, and we strafe jump to... I think strafe jump is the best term to call it. But you're going to see that 7 times, and if you can try and guess where you're going to catch the emeralds, then you might get a point. But yeah, back to the drop dash here. You can see me constantly just charging in midair, and you can see Sonic becoming a lot smoother on his sprite. That lets you know that you're charging it, and when you land, you're going to get a nice burst of speed there. Emerald 2 here, again, we're just going to do more of our strafe jumping. Strafe jumping works simply because if you're not facing forward, but you're pressing the direction that you're facing at a 90-degree angle. So instead of facing forward, you press left and then switch to right, and then press back to left. You get some insane speed. The good news about this is that the bumpers in each of the stages amplify that speed and allow you to catch them pretty quickly. A few of the stages are harder than they seem to be. You'll see stage 6 is quite notorious. A lot of people don't like stage 4 or 5 either. Hopefully we'll manage to get all of them, but we do have a few backup big rings if we need it. So first boss here, and for all the bosses really, you're just going to see us either damage boost or kill them with Supersonic. Also, I apologize in advance if you are a fan of Sonic music. I love the soundtrack to death. Pelops has done a fantastic job on that. But yeah, we get Supersonic by Studiopolis, so we're going to ruin it. The good news is it's about a 36-second loop and not 3 seconds. Thank you, Sonic 3 and Knuckles. But yeah, get your fill of good music in these first couple of stages here. So as with all Sonic games, we've got ourselves some speed shoes. Speed shoes will increase our maximum speed for a set period of time. We're going to just chain these two together with a fire shield and hopefully get towards our next blue sphere. Blue sphere? Big sphere. Oh no, I've got blue spheres on the brain. Someone help. Send help. But yeah, so we're going to use the fire shield here. It doesn't matter that we lost it because we're going to lose it when it goes in water anyway. We'd have lost it right here. So we're going to jump into Emerald number 3. Emerald number 3, you're going to take advantage of bouncing. Again, you just see us doing, doing, and then you catch the emerald. The emerald has a little circle of influence around it. If you manage to get into that circle, that's when the game goes, do you know what? You caught the emerald and it gives you it. That's what you're looking for. So that is 3 of 7. And then hopefully, Tails, please don't get stuck. Tails has got stuck. So everybody say goodbye to Tails because he's now gone. Also, for whatever reason, first boss here, his legs don't have a hitbox. So we're just going to abuse that by standing underneath him, getting some nice damage there. Tails is away off screen. He's stuck in a spin dash. He can't get out of it, the poor guy. But we're going to see if we can grab that. Nope, there he is, stuck in the corner. Normally we would use Tails to hit this capsule early, but it didn't happen. So what I'm aiming for here is a cutscene skip. I will not get it. I did not get it. So cutscene skips, you have a 2-frame window when the score tally goes off screen, where you still have control. In that 2-second window, or 2-frame window even, if you are able to press start, you can select restart. That immediately takes you to the next stage of the game without having to go through these cutscenes. There are 7 in total that you want to aim for. I hate them because I'm not good at getting them. And I guess I may get one. We'll see what happens. But if you want to make predictions on how many I'll get, knowing that, please do. Feel free. That's not going to get me anywhere. Tails, No, don't need you. Thank you. Good recovery here. So a fun fact about speedrunning Sonic Mania is that if you like playing the classic games, please don't speedrun the classic games and Sonic Mania because you will accidentally go the wrong route. I have played Sonic 1 and Sonic Mania for so long now, I actually still get the routes mixed up every time I go to play them. So special stage 4 here, we're going to use a big bounce. Keep the momentum from the bounce to catch the emerald right at the second corner here. Again, all of these stages, you're meant to get Mach 3. The game has an anti-cheat system where if you catch it towards Mach 1, it'll speed away from you. You'll only really see this in special stage 7, so I'll point it out again then. But we'll see what happens. So a little bit of speed tech coming down here. If you hold down and jump down while you're going around, you'll end up going to max speed really quickly. We want to do that pretty much in every ramp. The downside is if you're not holding down... Oh dear. Okay, let's see what we can do. Do not get bodied. Thank you. Recover, recover, recover. This is fine. So let's bounce off the wall and go for it. I might catch it. Yeah, we did. Good recovery. So every special stage you can recover on there. You see, what I was meant to do was grab the emerald before it got through the first corner. Unfortunately, missing it, the emerald speeding away from me. That's the anti-cheat system kicking in there. Managing to recover, because as long as you have enough rings, you're fine. You don't have to worry about it. The issue is when you run out of rings, you've got to go find yourself another big stage. But that's 5 of 7. We'll get the last one in Studio 1 and the one before that just at the end here of Chemical Plant 2. So we're going to go for a big jump here after this fourth loop. Big jump to keep our speed, and we're just going to run all the way to the boss. So once again, bosses here, we're just going to damage boost to get as much hits off them as we can, using our invincibility frames to basically get past this guy's bubble shield that he has. He has a glorified bubble shield. Tails being here, he will either help me get some hits or he'll pick up some rings again, so there is very little risk of death. Unfortunately, he didn't get that last hit there, but that's not too bad. Thank you, bubble shield. I don't need you, and I'm not going to pick you up. Elemental shields from Sonic 3 and Knuckles are in this game. You get the bubble shield, which gives you the bubble bounce, the lightning shield, which gives you a double jump, and the fire shield, which you've already seen, that provides you with the fire boost. The downside to those shields is that you cannot drop dash. If you have a shield, you are not allowed to drop dash. So you have to decide, do you want the shield's ability or do you want the ability to drop dash? So each of the new stages here, or rather each of the reimagined stages, all have a gimmick in them. Chemical Plant's 2 gimmick is Flubber and tubes. Flubber came from the tubes. That's my only connection to that. But this level is... Oh, that's not good. Thank you. There we go. Thankfully, if you take the wrong direction, you can still go into the right side. Dang it, got hit. But yeah, we want green Flubber. We want the green gloop. We want Flubber, because he bounces us very high. Light blue gives us a little bit of height. Green gives us a massive amount of height. And blue damages you if it's just dark blue. So we want to avoid the dark blue as much as we can. So we're going to go for a jump here. Hopefully sniper, no snipey. Nope, sniper does not snipey. He is away there. That little guy up the top there, while you're doing that slope jump, he can decide he just wants to hit you down there. Thankfully, he's been nice to me here. Nicely through here. Hopefully going to make a 120 cycle on this platform that's coming up. Again, more slope jumps just coming down here. So Emerald number 6's big ring is up here. We're just going to make sure we get there in the cycle. That's fine. If you are too fast and you jump up here, you can be crushed by these guys. Sonic Mania is not as lenient with its crush deaths as it could be, so you just have to be a little bit careful. So Emerald 6 here is the hardest emerald in the game, for me anyway. So a nice bounce, big bounce. Nicely done. So the downside with that stage is if you hit that spring, sometimes you'll land straight on the spikes. The downside of that is the momentum from hitting the spikes carries you into the second spikes, which carries you into the third spikes. You get hit by all 3 spikes and that's it, game over. You are not getting that emerald. However, they made a very, very, very bad mistake with this game. We're now about to have fun with Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Salt-Inducing Puyo Machine. I did not play Mean Bean or Puyo as a kid. I have had some practice, but hopefully we'll get a good Puyo here. Please be nice to me. It was funny setting up for this marathon. It was in the practice, and what was I doing? I was playing Puyo. Okay, so we are getting an interesting set of colors here. This is actually not too bad. I do, however, need a blue on top of that. Thank you. I need one red, game. Just give me a red. Literally, game. Just one red. Please. Oh, you're being a bad game. There we go. There's my red. So if I stick the... no, I can't stick that there. There we go. So that drops all of them. I drop that to catch it in time as well. That's giving me a decent Puyo. So they'll all drop down. Hopefully... No, not quite ending them. I need a little bit more. One more? Two more? Come on. Place your Puyos. There you go. Casually, this is a fantastic addition to the game. In a speedrun, not so much. But there you go. That is Chemical Plant 2 done. So we're coming into our first new stage, Studiopolis. We will grab our last emerald and then goodbye music. I'm so sorry. But that's a really good Puyo. I'm happy with that. So we're going to jump over to the left-hand side here because there's meant to be a platform that we might not hit now. Nah, we got it. It's fine. You can go and get speed shoes and take an alternate route here. Personally, I've went back to this route. It feels easier on me to go here. Don't bonk me the wrong way. Thank you. Those guys can be very mean and just decide to hold you there for as long as they want. And just a few strategic drop dashes off to some speed shoes. Unfortunately, not going to get as much use out of these speed shoes compared to the ones in Green Hill 1. The reason for that is there's our last big ring. So stop ourselves, big jump up, and there we go. So if you watch carefully at this emerald, you'll see the speed up happen when I get close to it, and I'm not meant to. So hopefully... So you can see me again just... Okay, no you don't. I'm sorry, I caught it too early. Alright, so that's the quick catch for that emerald. That emerald normally speeds away and we have to cut one of the corners to catch it really quickly. But there we go. Now we have super, so goodbye studio. Goodbye all music for a little bit. I only have 42 rings though, so I have to come over this side and hopefully be able to grab... Oh no, okay, Tails, thank you. Tails grabbed me some rings there. So now we're just going to use super and head towards the boss of the stage. Whee! I love his little Doomsday Naruto run style thing. Supersonic is the best ever. And now for the best boss theme in this game. So here we have the hard-boiled heavies. I believe this one is... I can't remember this one's name actually. Heavy Gunner, I believe. So he'll fire 3 rockets at us. From top to bottom, it's 1, 2, and 3. Ideally, we want a pattern of 2, 1, 2, 1. The reason for that is when you've hit the enemy, you have to hit a transition point. So you can see here, until I went over that little hump, I was not able to transition to the next part of the level. Ideally, you want to get those transition points immediately as you hit this boss. So that's a 2 coming. So this will be the second one. It should be okay as long as I position myself correctly.
I looked it up and it is Heavy Gunner. Yeah.
It is Heavy Gunner. Sweet. It's the only one I don't really remember its name from because we just kind of... We're too busy counting the missiles to notice its name. And there's a 1. Okay, so we've had 3, 2, 1. It's going reverse order this time. So we just got to wait for the last hit here. Again, I'm going to jump back just so I get that transition point. Take advantage of these little slope jumps you can do. It's like a perfect example of having speed plus a little bit of a ramp gives you an insane amount of height on these jumps. Unfortunately, I finished with a 3, which means it's a relatively slow boss. Plenty of rings, though. Thank God for no camera glitch. So we slow down just as we hit these signposts here. If you hit the signpost at speed, they will fly up in the air and then come back down. However, this particular one, if you hit it fast enough, it can get stuck in the ceiling. So Studio 2. Studio 2's gimmick is that we're basically inside Robotnik's TV studio. I always wanted to be on TV. Now I am. So hopefully we're going to get past this guy. No, he's been mean. Please don't be mean to me. So there goes any extra rings that I may have. Little drop dash there to save myself. So this is going to be one of the first and pretty much only glitches that you're going to see in this run. We're going to use a transition point where we transition between the foreground and the background, and we're going to confuse the game, really. So just coming up here, we're going to hopefully get this, and point. Nope, not quite. Second time. There we go. So that little twist in the wire there is meant to put you in between the foreground and the background, switch you between them. We can confuse the game that causes it to go, I don't know what to do with Sonic, and it allows you to go through all the sprites. Tails, you're meant to grab me, buddy. Do you want to grab me? No? Nope, that's fine. Okay, right. Tails, please fly. Thank you. I don't know why Tails didn't want to grab me there. He was just not having it. There you go. And that is Studio 2 complete. Ideally, if you have Tails grab you as Supersonic, you are able to... Tails basically gets your invincibility, so you just sit inside his hitbox. Thankfully, no Studio 2 softlock here. And we're going into Flying Battery. All you Flying Battery fans, I heard you listening to the theme. So Flying Battery here is a very, very fast stage in terms of I need to be at a certain point by 53 seconds. Getting to that point allows me to take an earlier cycle. The downside is, if I take too long, I have to wait for the 103, 104. So it's quite a lot of time you miss if you don't make it. It is very precise. It's about halfway through the level, if not more. But we will have Super. So the gimmick in this stage is the Lightning Shield has an extra property, which you're about to see here. So you get the Lightning Shield, and now we have the power to magnetize ourselves onto the top of those platforms. Unfortunately, we're not really going to use it too much, but we do have plenty of time. So 48 seconds here, nice big dash, and then use the Magnet Shield to get us up here. The cycle that I was talking about is that part here, where if you don't get there by 53 seconds, the magnets are off, and you have to wait for them to reactivate. As Supersonic doesn't have enough jump height to get up there, and waiting for Tails is too long. So a lot of spin dash jumps just to get over here. Still getting the 111 rocket cycle, which means we should get to the boss at a smooth 119, 120. Yep, there you go. Hopefully this time Tails will fly. There you go, buddy. So Tails gets the invincibility as well from us. You'll see once we kill this boss, he gets hit because the boss's hitbox is still active and Sonic is no longer providing him the invincibility. And that's Flying Battery 1. So moving on to Flying Battery 2 here, thankfully we've got the Lightning Shield. That'll allow us to get Supersonic slightly earlier than we normally would. But we're not going to use him because we need the double jump to take more safety route, really. Being able to double jump in this stage in particular is very nice, simply due to the fact that the level is a bottomless pit. Like out here, the level is a bottomless pit. If you fall down, you're going to die. You don't want to die. So we can use the double jumps just to take little shortcuts. And then we'll transform once we're back inside. Again, just do a little jump here, using the double jump to our advantage. So down here, this is where we need the Lightning Shield, just to get past this kind of mazy section, really. Come over here. We do a double jump. Down that pit is death. We don't want there. And then once we're back inside, we transform. So hopefully, we'll take advantage of this. Nope, not quite. Going to get the second cycle there. Still a 45, which is a good time. Can we dodge that? Yeah, dodge the first claw, grab by the second claw. Not quite sure if we can dodge the second claw. And then we're going to go back outside here. We still have to be careful, though, because you can still fall down and die. Again, it's a bottomless pit. We don't want to fall down it. Just going to hold ourselves. And then we're going to come up to the boss of this stage, commonly referred to as Argick. Dr. Robotnik's niece. It's not really, it's just Robotnik upside down, but the character that came out of this misreading the sprite is fantastic. So this boss is actually completely invulnerable to us. We can only kill him by hitting him into the spikes. Oh, and I'm not doing very well, so this is very bad. So that's going to get me a 1 hit, maybe a 2. Yeah, we got 2. So I'm going to have to aim for 4 hits on this other side if I still want to aim for a 1 cycle. The downside here is that this guy's hitbox is very wonky. I'm not getting... Alright, that's fine. So we're going to get the double hit. And as long as I get the double hit at the top here, get off him. Thank you. His hitbox is very wonky. The bottom of the spikes don't have an active hitbox, but the top of the spikes do. Now, what that means is if you hit him into the bottom of the spikes, even though it looks like you're hitting him, he won't take any damage. However, at the top of the spikes, if you're slightly late, he will still take a hit. So it's like the sprites and the hitboxes just don't match up. So after failing to, take over everybody with some TV propaganda, he's moving over to the printing press. So Press Garden here is Robotnik's own printing press. It has great music that, unfortunately, I'm about to ruin once again. The gimmick in this stage is that you can bounce off the printing presses there. They give you a nice amount of height. There is also a cycle in this stage that I will hopefully make just coming up here. 29? Yeah, there we go. We've also got the launch base spheres, or cylinders even, from Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And away we go. So, we've also got these little screw parts that Supersonic really does make a lot of these stages negligible. Didn't get the good bounce off the panels there. Now, there is a little glitch coming up where you can do a drop dash on an almost vertical slope to skip a part of the level. Unfortunately, if you fail it, you take the bottom route, which is slower. So we're just going to take this safely and take the intended route here. It's like the only as intended thing about this run. And then we're going to jump down. We're going to say hi to the very friendly robot. He's a friendly robot because he waves to us. He always waves to us. He waves to everybody. And we're going to fall down here, do something not as intended. Hello, waving robot. Nice to meet you. Kill him Doomsday style, which is always nice. So jumping in there with Supersonic used to crush you, but the devs patched it back in so that it wouldn't. Very nice for them. And now we're going to get a shout out to Michael Jackson. Going to do some moonwalking at the end of this stage. Whee! There you go. Why that's a thing, I don't know, but it's a cool little thing. So Press Garden 2, we are going to get frozen a lot. But we do actually want to get frozen. Frozen is important because it allows us to break through some of the ice spikes. And the idea here is to move as fast as I can through this level while getting up to at least 40 rings, as there is a 10 ring box that I can grab just up here. Although, to be honest, I've got 46 rings, which is really good. And Tails just did that, so I don't even need the item box now. Thank you. Casually just spin dash through a frozen thing. Get frozen by this guy. Now, we need to get frozen here because Supersonic does not have the power to get through those ice blocks. He needs to be frozen to get through them. Break out the ice early to use the spikes allows us to miss a cycle of these guys and pretty much get to the boss in less than a minute. So here we have Heavy Shinobi, who's effectively going to kill himself as he keeps bouncing on top of us. And as long as he continues to do that, that's his own fault. And the stage done in less than a minute. So now we're going to see if we can get a cutscene skip here. Please give me a cutscene skip. Yes, no, maybe so. Nope, didn't happen. So now Robotnik is going to take us to Sonic CD. He's going to take us to Little Planet. Specifically, Stardust Speedway. So a little thing about this game is while the title cards are on screen, certain stages, you still have control of Sonic and Tails, allowing you to get some extra distance on the level before... Hello! Thank you. Interesting jump there. Allowing you to get extra distance into the level before the timer starts. Arg, can you speak English, please? So you can see these little guys. Ooh, that's unfortunate. I did not want to get hit there. Ideally, I would have liked to have kept Super coming on, but it means I don't have to worry about this section. The dreaded swinging spike section. Thank you, Armadillo. Oh, wow, this stage is bad. So ideally, you don't get hit there at all, and you will have plenty of rings for Supersonic, but you guys get to enjoy some smooth Stardust music now. Come on, Sonic. Thank you. Whoa! What? What hit me? I think the little guy just hit me. Good news is missing that means I don't have to accidentally go into blue spheres. Sorry, guys. No blue spheres today. It does mean the boss is going to be interesting to do. And the rest of this level. Ooh, 114. Yeesh. Alright, so this boss is going to be slightly different with the fact that I can't hit him with Supersonic. Gonna get 2 hits here and then... Really, game? Now you decide you want to soft lock? Oh, brilliant. Thank you. There we go. Sometimes this happens. The game just decides it doesn't want to spawn something. That's phenomenal, that is. So now we're just going to get 4 hits on this guy while he's firing his big laser. Take intentional damage and just damage boost our way through it. Oi, oi, oi. If it's not a capsule not spawning, it's a boss not going into the next phase. Good old boss. Nope, no cutscene skip here, so we're going to travel into the future the intended way. So Stardust Speedway 2 is a level that effectively plays itself. We're going to just go through it. Some random jump inputs here and there, but largely it's gonna be 35 seconds of pure awesome. So all these boost pads constantly moving you forward. I'm gonna grab some extra rings up here. As the boss coming up, we will use super, but we need to make sure we have enough rings that'll last us through the fight. So a nice jump here. Just leg it. Away we go. Now let's see if we get the nice jump over the pit. So just coming up here, if we can time a jump correctly. Yes, made the jump. That's going to give me 98 rings. Alright. So I'm going to transform here just while Metal Sonic's waving his finger at me. Okay, you can wave your finger. So we got to run up these little sections. Coming up next is a reference with Silver Sonic. Wonderful little Silver Sonic reference. Unfortunately, he is RNG. He will do one of two things. He will either dash at me, which I don't want him to do, or he will try and spin dash at me, which we do want. He will do this 4 times to get past phase 1, but hopefully he'll be good to us. All right, Mel, get in the machine. Thank you. Oh, he's dashing at me. We don't want him to dash at us because this is slow. Then he does the spin dash. We want him to do the spin dash first. There you go. Because then we can run into him and make him hit metal really quickly. If you give me 3 in 1, I'll be very happy. Alright, 3 in 1. That's good. So we should have enough rings, assuming I managed to do the ascent quite well here. The ascent is just going to be a mix of drop dashes and using the ramps to my advantage. So there's the drop dash, then jump up the ramp here into a drop dash. And we just repeat this until we get up to the top. Nice and simple, and away we go. Right, so now, up we go. Not that type of Silver Sonic. Again, you shaking your finger at me. That's bad. So we got to get 8 hits off of him up here. He's going to choose one of 3 attacks. Hopefully he chooses one of the 2 quick ones. That's the perfect attack right there. If he dashes away off screen like that, that's the quickest attack he can do. The worst attack he can do is where he fires balls at you and you just have to wait for him to become vulnerable again. And that is Stardust 2. Which takes us into Hydro City. Or is that Hydro City? Hydro City? Hydro City? I don't know. I'll let you guys argue over it.
I go Hydro City.
I go Hydro as well. So this stage is one of the more deadly stages in the run. And I say deadly because if you die, you are back at the start of the run. The speedrun route does not take any checkpoints in this level. It is cycle-based, however, I've already messed up the particular cycle I'm going for, so I can take it a little bit easier, which is always nice. Sneaking our way through these areas, grabbing those hooks that will open up little sections for us that we can get out of the water. And then just casually going to jump through one of these areas. There we go. There we go. So goodbye, Hydro City music. Hello, Supersonic music. So ideally, I would want to be down here around the 50 second mark. I'm here at 55, which isn't great, but it's still better than dying. So nice little drop dash here. These are the blocks you want to avoid getting squished by. If you try to get an early cycle and you fail, they will squish you, you will die, and you will be very sad as you're back at the start of the level. So recently a glitch was found in this stage that all characters can do that allow you to skip the upcoming boss. It requires you to actually die by drowning, but transform into super character at that moment in time. It has some weird states, and one day we hope to show it off in a run. But for now, we're going to enjoy a nice Sonic 3 Knuckles reference. So right now, all the Labyrinth guys will be shouting out, "No, don't get crushed." But then suddenly, don't leave your Eggmobiles unattended, folks. A wild hedgehog may come and steal them. So this boss, you want to be doing the exact opposite of what the boss did to you in Sonic 3. You want to be dragging him up into the fans. Unfortunately, he's dropping bombs here that you have to be careful to try and detonate, as if the bombs hit you first, they take the hit and not him. But that's a really, really good boss fight there. 4 really quick hits, really simple, and I kept my shield. So keeping the shield coming into Act 2 here is really important. As one, it'll prevent Supersonic from drowning, but it also allows us to potentially skip a cycle right at the very start here. But complete revenge in that first boss fight by Tails. So a number of... No, that's bad. We need to restart now. That's not what we want to do. You do not want to go to the bottom right there. Unfortunately, I bounced on the top of the ceiling and then pressed the jump button. So we're just going to have to take it slowly. There we go. So the only downside about that little thing is that if you do mess it up, you are now stuck, unfortunately. You gotta either restart or just go the bottom route. The bottom route, while filled with references from the classic 8-bit games, is very slow. We do not want to take that route. I also have to be very careful here not to get hit by this guy, as there are exactly 53 rings between now and the first checkpoint, and we want to make sure that we have those rings for when we transform into Super. This level particularly does a lot of going from right to left and then left to right again. We're going to bypass that entirely by taking advantage of Supersonic. Because Supersonic has additional speed and height, we can take advantage of this section here. So instead of doing the as intended route, we literally run back up the pipe, jump over, and that triggers the section that allows us to advance through the stage. We're going to do that a second time, but what we're going to do is we're literally going to just jump through Super. Don't do that. Where we jump through one of the tubes instead of going the intended route. We'll need that bubble there, and we'll need that bubble for the boss fight. So this section here, we got one of the tubes coming up. We're just going to casually jump through it. Now you need to get enough height and enough speed just to jump through that. It is relatively simple to do. Feel free to try it yourselves. But that takes us into this boss. So Tails. Hello, Tails. Right, let's see if we can do this right. Oh, dang it. So unfortunately, Tails went off the screen. If I could keep him on... Tails? Hi. Well, that was interesting. You got stuck in the wall. Right, I need to keep Tails with me, because if I can keep Tails with me, we can get a quick kill on this boss. I tried to get Tails to allow me to do a double hit at the very start there, but it didn't happen. This is a Supersonic exclusive glitch as well. We're actually using our own body to damage the boss instead of using the bombs like we're supposed to. And again, Tails taking advantage of the invincibility, allowing us just to stay in the boss's hitbox to get the hits we need. And then finally, I get to take a breather, because we got an auto-scroller. Woohoo! God dang. Also, everybody say hi, Knuckles. Bye, Knuckles. So here we have Heavy Magician. She's very polite. She always tips her hat to you. Now, this stage, shoutouts to Sky Chase, because that's exactly what this is. We do have to be careful. We want to make sure we have 50 rings by the time the train comes on screen. The reason for that is we can do a super exclusive glitch that was found by Argick. So we need to, as of this point, there are now only 47 rings in the stage. So if I take any damage, we're in trouble. The stage does play itself at this point. You've just got to work with the area you've been given here. Dodge the birds, dodge the cacti, dodge the turtles. Also, fun fact, if you drop dash to the left or you spin dash to the left in this stage, you will fall off the plane. The devs decided to keep the same mechanics in from Sonic 2, so be very careful while you're playing this stage. So 48 rings here, gonna grab Safety Bubble. Safety Bubble from Sonic 1. All the birds not getting to cause me trouble. Don't game over here. Yeah, I never actually game over to Mirage Saloon, which is good. But yeah, you can hear the train in the distance there. We're about to come down to that. So once we stop moving down and we are exclusively moving left, we're going to transform into Supersonic. The only explanation I have for this is that once again, the game gets confused about which layer I'm supposed to be on. Am I meant to be in the foreground on the plane or in the background on the train? It doesn't know. We hit the checkpoint and then we fall off the train, the plane and die. That allows us to skip the entire train section and get right to the boss. So I believe we just saw this boss with Cresm's run of Sonic Chaos. It's a giant caterpillar. Now the giant caterpillar is an RNG fight. It can decide to jump either once, 3 times, or move to the left or right side. So there it was once. There is going to be 3 times. And what's the next one going to be? What are you going to do? And you're moving over to the left. So if I'm smart, I get 2 hits here, and the boss is gone. Now I'm going to try very hard to position myself in the right spot, so I'm able to... Oh, I don't think that's right. Nah, it's not right. A little thing I like to try and do here is, because the cutscene's going to play, I try and position Sonic and Tails as close to the cutscene trigger as I can. I'm going to be a number of pixels off. Yeah, miles off this point. Hello. Uh-oh. Well, goodbye, Tornado. So Mirage Saloon 2 here is a very simple stage in terms of movement. It's just make sure you can optimize the level. The hard part of this level is the end. There is a boss skip that we can do with Tails, where we allow him to go and hit the capsule that's off screen. The downside is if we try this, there is a high potential for soft locking the game. I may try and go for it. I think I might just stick with Marathon Safety, to be honest. But it does allow us to skip the Heavy Magician fight. The downside is there are 2 ways out of the soft lock. You can get a cutscene skip, which is the best scenario. Or you can position yourself to the left-hand side of the barrel, and you'll then fall into the boss room, and then the boss will kill you. So we can try it. Shall we try it? Shall we try it? Let's see. Come on, Tails. Nope, you're not going down? Nope, we're not going down. Alright, that's fine. I'll take it safely. We won't go for it. So Heavy Magician, the way this boss fight works is that she's going to change into one of the 3 Triple Trouble characters. And then we want to hit her in the pattern of 1, 2, 1, 2, 2. The reason for that is if you hit her twice the first time, she's going to transform into a different character by going back into the box. We don't want her to do that. We only want her to go into the box at least 3 times. So you can see here, just getting the single hit and then the double hit. And then for the last one here, only 2 hits remain, so we just go immediately for the double hit. 1, 2, and away you go. Hey, Raikou, yo, Grimmy. Those guys are some awesome Sonic Mania runners as well. Raikou especially for his Knuckles and Knuckles. So we're going to see if we can go for a cutscene skip here. Will I get one? Nope. I told you, I hate them. It's not great. Oh, me and cutscene skips. We have a love-hate relationships. They love me, I hate them. But no, into Oil Ocean. Now, unfortunately, unlike Sonic 2, we are not able to just spin under the end of the level. They realized what we were doing and they made it so it's not possible anymore. So instead, we got a really awesome level to play instead with submarines. Just gonna wait for that to be very safe. I have a tendency to get crushed in this level. If I were to get crushed in any level, it would be this one. So now we're going to use Supersonic again. Like, fun fact, Supersonic everywhere. just to get over these areas fairly quickly, getting some jump height that we need down these slopes. And then hopefully, where's my platform? Okay, it just went off, so we're going to go the bottom route. So if you time it correctly with these guys popping up, you can actually take a top route. However, it doesn't matter which one you take, it's just to try and minimize the time you miss on a cycle. Ideally, you want to finish the stage in about a minute. And then we get the You Tried Participation Award boss. This is Bob the Builder. He's a great boss. He does, however, try a little bit too hard and doesn't get to do anything. And you can also do that just as normal characters as well. The poor guy doesn't get a break. Right, so I want Tails over here. Hopefully we'll get to trigger this transition glitch. Tails, please don't do it. Don't do it, Tails, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Yes, good job, buddy. So Tails jumped off the button there before actually triggering it, which is fantastic. So now we permanently have this smog over the screen. This smog is meant to drain our rings. Unfortunately, because we haven't actually triggered the level beginning, the smog draining our rings never actually happens. This means that you can take as long as we want through the stage without having to worry about it. If, however, we hit any of the other switches throughout the stage, then we will activate the mechanic and we'll have to grab Supersonic really quickly. I'm also very wary now because I've lost my fire shield and I don't like losing fire shield. So I'm not going to send myself flying up there because I want to be super careful. There we go. There you go. Oh no, don't go down the bottom route. We want to go the top route. Take the top route around here. And then move our butts over. No, a little bit too much oomph on the spin dash there. Made us hit the ramp. Fantastic jump up there though. Hello. What? Well, I'm dead. Oh no, I'm not. Right, okay. What? That's never happened before. Nice. You can go under some of the level geometry. No, we do not want that. That was special. So again, because we didn't hit any of the triggers to get rid of the smog stays here through the boss fight as well. You are not meant to go under the level geometry like that. That's not meant to happen. And there we go. So that's that boss guy now done. Again, I love the fire effect that you get when you hit the oil with the fire shield. It is amazing. So coming into my favorite level of the run here, my favorite level of the Sonic series, Lava Reef, is phenomenal. Yeah, that is a world first. The first time I've ever done that. So Lava Reef here is just an amazing stage, an amazing theme as well. So we're just going to climb the stairs here. The only level that we're going to take the top route here where we're going to grab a little bit extra rings. The reason for that is because there's just enough rings to allow us to get super, and I'm here, Tails opening the door for me. Thank you, buddy. There is meant to be a door there with a button, but Tails hit it off screen for us, which is fantastic. Nice hit into the fire shield. The only downside is that unlike Sonic 3 and Knuckles, Tails can't actually spin on them and allow, like, he can't help us. He doesn't make it go faster anymore. So, drop dash. Oh, hit by the... Okay, interesting. Still getting hit by 53, which is always nice for me. But coming to hopefully do a drop dash over this crusher. Yeah, that's right, over a crusher. And then don't get stopped by subpixels. Subpixels are in this game just like any of the other classic games. Everybody loves them. There you go. And then hopefully get a nice jump up here. Oh, that's not too bad, actually. Not too bad. Again, the reason this is one of my favorite levels is because it's just so smooth to play when done fast. Oh, unfortunately hitting in the edge there. Charge up with drop dash to get over the spike. And then get to the boss about 150, I believe. Yeah, it's going to be a nice 150 boss. Now this boss, we just have to wait. It's currently armored. Once again, it's a boss that you can't do normal damage to until it loses his armor. He'll lose his armor when he overheats. So we're going to get him to overheat twice, and he'll lose protection in the center, where he becomes vulnerable for us. If you don't have super, you can make it so he becomes vulnerable, and you can hit him at the sides by hitting him, well, by putting him in lava one more time, really. Whee! 1, 2, 3, 4, and the boss is gone. Now, you can do a cutscene skip here. However, if you do a cutscene skip, you lose any power-ups that you might have. We currently have the fire shield, and I want to keep this for the next level. The reason for this is that I've optimized the level for me with the fire shield rather than with drop dashing. And again, we're also going to take advantage of the fact that we can move before the level title disappears. So we have full control at that point. Like, the second the cutscene ends, we have control. Just slow ourselves down, and we're going to just move our butts over here. So, going to do another super exclusive glitch here, where we're going to use this block. We're going to transform in that block, which is going to push us into the ceiling, or rather into this wall here. So we transform inside the block, which pushes us into the wall that allows us to jump up through this section, skipping half the level. The reason this works is because zips in this game, they don't happen horizontally. The devs, they don't like the fact that zips exist in the classic games, and they decided to make it so that any zips in this game were purely vertical. It took us a while to find these. I actually believe it was, I can't remember who it was that found that one. I think it was Clarissa, actually, that found that particular glitch. And also, I apologize, we now have audio glitch, where we have the fan in the background. I don't know if you guys can hear it. There you go, it finally disappeared. And then we're just going to head off to Heavy Rider and Jimmy. Jimmy the Motobug. And yes, that is its actual name. So we're going to get 8 hits here on Heavy Rider. So get her to turn around. She's also female. Don't you go up there. No, bad. Right, Tails, come over here, buddy. We need you to hit the capsule. Okay, just hit the capsule, Tails. Hit the capsule. No, Tails, hit the capsule. Tails! Oh my god, Tails, I hate you. Tails not being helpful. Come on, Tails. Come on. Why you do this? So I'm going to focus on this run coming up here. Metallic Madness is the worst level in the game. It's the hardest level in the game, in my opinion. So enjoy This Is Anime while I focus on trying to get this run done. Hopefully, I'll be able to show off a boss skip, but I want to get this level done first. So gotta just wait here for this cycle. I could have tried to drop dash there, but I don't want to die. And I do need to get 50 rings for the glitch that may skip the boss if it's done right. Still trying to find a consistent setup for it. So I'm past the hard part. I now don't have to worry. Basically, in this stage, you do not want to go the bottom route. If you go the bottom route, you're actually quicker restarting and going for it. So we're going to try the boss skip. We need Tails' help here. Tails! Hiya, buddy. So Tails is going to allow us to get stuck into the roof in the background. There we go. And now I need to position myself correctly on the right pixel. Go for it. Nope, didn't get it. Thank God we got in the boss room. So if you get it correctly, you can do a drop dash there, which will allow you to hit the signpost and it'll unlock the screen for you. Unfortunately, didn't get the drop dash, which unlocked the screen, and instead was able to recover by coming into the boss room. The good news is Sonic is also in the foreground, which means I can still see him. The issue that you do have is that if you're unlucky, you'll be in the background and you can't see anything. And you've just got to wing it, which is not easy to do. So thankfully, we are still good. How did I still get into the room? I realized I failed and I drop dashed my way back. This glitch can fail in 2 ways. One, you fall right through the floor and you die, which is fine because you just have to do the level again. Second way it can fail is that you get stuck out here where the signpost is, but you can't actually hit the signpost. You're soft locked, you are stuck. There is nothing you can do. However, if you notice that you're going to get stuck in the room, you can go back to the boss room and do the boss as intended, which is what I did for safety. So unfortunately, didn't get either of the two major boss skips, but at least I got to show off part of Metallic Madness 1. So now we've got Metallic Madness 2, and if you thought Tiny Sonic was cool there, here's the official Tiny Sonic. Chibi Sonic, and the best thing is, we go Chibi Super Sonic, which is even better. So we want to make sure I'm on cycle here. Unfortunately, I don't think I am. I can't... okay, I definitely am not now, so I'm going to take this super safe. Oh, I am. Okay. What? Why am I still on cycle? Sweet. I thought I was off cycle there, but apparently not. So again, just going through this level, it's a mix of Chibi, a mix of normal size Sonic. Getting myself really good speed here. If I didn't think I was off cycle, I could have made the 58 here. Unfortunately, going to have to settle for the 102, 103, I believe. Yeah, there you go. And now we're going to come into the Gumball machine. Gumball boss. Tiny Super Sonic. Oh yeah, Tiny Super Sonic is amazing. As is Tiny Tails. All the characters are amazing. Hello, Sonic 2 boss. Hello, Amy. Bye-bye, Amy. Hello, Sonic 1 boss. So we want to just take out all the bosses here. Oh, we've got two Tailses. Two Tailses, two Amy's. Oh no, Tails, I'm so sorry. Up we go, Tails. Come on, you've been hit him. Nice job, Tails. Nice job. It's a little glitch coming out here. When you're getting turned back into big, if you hit the opposite direction, the game just hits you in the right direction. So if you jump through that, and as you're going to hit it, you press left, you'll get knocked right. If you're going through it facing right, you'll get knocked left. Do you mean Sally? That's not Sally, that's Amy. So we're coming on to the penultimate level, Titanic Monarch. Really good run. Really good level design here. Like, this is a fantastic level. It feels so good to play when you do it right. And is the only reason we actually bring Tails in this speedrun. Or at least it was for a long time. For this little part here. Come on, Tails, be nice to me, buddy. Yeah. So we just, Tails flies us up here. Cheers, Tails. Appreciate it. And then we just head ourselves over into the crash test dummy mobiles. Oh, I thought I was going to hit the spikes there. I jumped a little bit too early. Oh dear. Thankfully, we're okay. Going to save the supersonic transformation here. As well as transforming into supersonic, it kills all momentum, which can be useful if I don't get the proper jump that I'm looking for. Thankfully, we got all the jumps, so we're fine. I'm going to try and avoid getting camera glitch here. That's camera glitch. I don't want that. No, camera glitch, please. No, 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 no. Oh, dear. Right, I'm going to have to just slow down and stop here because camera glitch is the game trying to catch you, and I'm trying to be safe. If you have camera glitch and you get to this point, you don't know what cycle you're on, and you will either get squished by the spikes that are in the ceiling, or you will get squished by the platform that's rising up. It's not pretty when that happens. Camera glitch happens when you're going too fast as supersonic and the game physically can't warp the camera up fast enough for you. So supersonic can just bounce off the side of them, get a nice drop dash up to the springs, and then hopefully a smooth ascent up to the top here, and away we go. Into Crimson Eye. Hello, buddy, old pal, old chum. Remember me? So instead of having two platforms with a laser beam, this time he controls gravity. This is not a problem for Sonic or Tails. However, poor Knuckles doesn't have a good time with this boss. So I'm going to position myself correctly where if I don't get the cutscene skip, I shouldn't lose too much time. Please don't lose too much time. Please get a cutscene skip. It's your last attempt for a cutscene skip, Arg. Nope, no cutscene skips. If you successfully guessed 0 cutscene skips, congratulations. You've been watching my streams. Oh, I hate cutscene skips. I really do. The downside is cutscene skips do actually save about a minute and a half in the speedrun. The two most significant ones are the very first one and the very last one. So, grabbing safety bubble here again, as we want to make sure we get 50 rings for Titanic Monarch 2. This level is split into 4 sections, where the game is telling you to complete each of these individual routes before it'll unlock the boss room for you. Hi. Interesting. Almost got a blue spheres there. Almost got a blue sphere appearance. Not quite, though. Yeah, see, there's Raikou saying, because I wasn't racing him, that's why I got no cutscene skips. But there you go. It means you got the authentic run. You got the true full experience. So this route, we take this route first because it has a lightning shield at the end of its secret exit. Each of the 4 routes have a secret exit that you can take that'll have one of the elemental shields ready for you. And a set of rings as well. So we take this route specifically just for this, and then I'm going to transform as we come up in here. Because Supersonic with a lightning sphere means... Lightning sphere? Wow. With a lightning shield means all the rings belong to him now. So this is the hardest part of the level, and by hardest part, I mean the most dangerous. If you get crushed here... oh, nope, okay, that's fine. These little pistons, their hitboxes are very wonky. You have to be super careful with them. They will crush you. They have crushed me on numerous occasions, and it just ends a run. You want to be extra careful with them if you can. Going to just wait on these guys, because I don't want to get squished by the spikes. Hi. No, do not spin up there, thank you very much. And then hopefully I'm going to be able to do a little glitch as we come into Area 3. So that's 2 sections now completed. Coming into the 3rd section now. Let's see if we can do the glitch for it. So we get hit by the spring here. Spin dash back up to where the spring is. Jump up through those. Jump up through those. And we've just skipped this entire section. So I don't know who it was that found that one, but that's an absolutely amazing glitch. And then for the fastest section, where if I do it correctly, Sonic's going to go upside down. Whee! Again, just a little bit of showboat in there. You can run upside down if you just press the opposite direction that you're running. Of course, if you fail to do that, you're going to lose all momentum and slow down massively. So be very careful if you do that one. So coming up for 2 big jumps here. Hopefully we get them both. First jump. Oh, didn't get it. All right, can we get the second jump? Whee! No, we didn't. We got neither. Interesting. However, that means we just come to the standard level end. Actually, saving some time, I'd imagine. And then we're going to get into the boss there before 3 minutes, which is fantastic. So this boss is supposed to be super serious. It is meant to be the final boss of the game, but obviously because we are super, we have one more after this. However, I like to call this the Boing Boing boss. Because all I'm going to do here is I'm just going to bounce on him, making the awesome boing sound effect. Now, the way this boss works is that you want to hit him 4 times to destroy each of the tentacles. If you fail to destroy a tentacle when he becomes visible, he will summon 2 Crystal Ruby hands, or Phantom Ruby hands, and he will send you to one of the Phantom Heavies, starting with Heavy Gunner, then Heavy Shinobi, then Heavy Magician. We are not going to see any of them. Instead, we're just going to have amazing boing boing noises, and that's about it. Knuckles has the hardest time with this boss because he does a Titanic Monarch 2 skip, which means he only does this boss with 3 rings. Thankfully, though, that's this boss done, but it's not quite time. We've got 1 more level to do. As with any classic Sonic game, as of Sonic 3 and Knuckles onwards, if you've got the emeralds, you get a special boss. So we have the Phantom Ruby resonating with the power of the Chaos Emeralds by the looks of things. And we have... what is it? It's the Heavy King, I believe is his name. And we also have Robotnik. And now we have one of the best themes in the game, I think. Good Supersonic theme. So the way this boss works is we are fighting both characters. We want to make sure we get as quick hits on these guys as possible. Robotnik himself, he's not hard. You literally run into him and then you'll hit him. This guy, however, you might bounce off his orbs. You might bounce away from his orbs. He can be very, very nasty. So you want to be very careful with the Heavy King. So far, see, that's exactly what I don't want to have happen, where I just bounce around through his orbs and don't actually get a hit on him. You have to hit both characters 8 times. Time ends on the last hit of Robotnik. I'll let you know when that's coming up. So that's another really good hit. Sometimes you can walk through his orbs. Other times you can spin dash through them. But so far, it's going fairly smoothly. That's a perfect hit. So away we go here. Unfortunately, you don't get to see most of Supersonic's features in this one. He can fly as normal. He can also do a dash that causes him to flash everything on the screen and use up 5 rings when he does it, but immediately gets up to super speed. Unfortunately, oh, come on, get down here. Get down here. There we go. But it's easier to control him while you're on the ground. So I believe he's coming up to his last hit. Oh, jump in there. Oh, come on, man. There we go. So the time is coming up on this last hit, and time. And that is Sonic Mania, Sonic and Tails, all emeralds. Everything the game has to offer for those two guys. The Knuckles run is slightly different. I highly recommend you guys go and watch the Knuckles runners. You've got Zaxxon, Raikou, and 3 Pills on that. But what was the time on that one?
The time was 59:50.
Booyah! Considering I had no cutscene skips and no boss skips, that is a fantastic time. Absolutely amazing. Just a quick thing before I go here. If you guys have enjoyed the Sonic block, I believe we've still got another run of this as well. Make sure you watch Sonic Speed that is happening. Sonic Speed 2018. It's been run by Polly, and it's going to be happening on April the 14th, and is benefiting Help Hope Live. They're going to be raising money for that charity, so hopefully you guys will all join us for that. There's going to be hopefully some Sonic Mania there. Hopefully maybe the Knuckles run as well. But I'm going to hand it over back to these guys. Cheers for having me, and I hope you guys enjoyed it.
It's our pleasure, Argick.
Great run. Thank you so much for that. We have one more run for the Sonic block. Join us in a few minutes, and we'll be back with Boog to the Man, and he's doing a run of Sonic Rivals.